All right, so we have a new mic. I'm gonna need to test the audio. Okay, seems like I'm coming in all right. Let me just adjust this a bit. Testing. All right, now let's test it with the background music. Testing. All right, that's a little too. I'm not loud enough, and the music is too loud. Okay, let's adjust this for a second. We'll have to put this here, and then we put this down here. Now these are separate YouTube videos, so the discrepancy is there between each video. That seems to be okay for this track. Let's try another one. Then of course we gotta try it with the gameplay. Sorry, a bit of a necessary recourse. Okay, it seems to be alright between the music and my voice. Now let's test the game. Alright, that appears to be fine. Just off that one click. I'm also trying out some filters to make sure that there's no muffling when I use mouse and keyboard or switch to controller, etc. Appears to be working all right. So far, so good. Okay, once we get in here and I'm satisfied with the volume, we'll see how. I'll let you know what's been going on. Okay, testing while the game is making noise. Okay. That seems satisfactory for now. Okay, let me try and leave the mic there. How's that sound? Oh. That's a bit odd. Okay. Excuse. All right, that should be fine. We'll leave it there for now. We'll see as some of you guys come in. Oh yeah, gotta watch out for that. Okay, so right, I had some. Well, like I said before, I have classes starting tomorrow as of this recording. So, here's the bottom. So yeah, things have been really hectic, more or less in a good way. I say more or less because it's a little bit stressful. Just a little bit. But I've also been, like I said, I've been acquiring some better technology for the sake of my not the stream quality, but my video quality as well for any YouTube videos I'm going to put out. And anything I need to speak on, you know, in other words, it's multi-purpose is needed. But yeah, I've been listing out some things, planning more set pieces on one of my backup files. And let me tell you, the list I have made up for this world and for any successive worlds or any worlds going forward is mapped out for the most part. I have looked into the new content I haven't interacted with yet. That means, you know, the rifts, the underground, the acid rain, all this other stuff. I've looked into all of that. My goodness. Okay. So, some things I need to plan out. Or rather, things I've already planned out. Some things that we need to construct before we're quite ready to do some of this stuff. So I am going to be hoping to activate the rifts soon, but probably not this particular stream. I have classes tomorrow, so no stream tomorrow, but when I come back Tuesday, we'll see about that. So we were going to change our cooking for Warley towards the end of autumn. However, we already did a lot of our cooking already, so we might just end up skipping a year. Which ultimately isn't too bad. We have a good amount. Oh yeah, we have a whole full stack of spicy volco chapois, 3 stacks of fish cordon bleu, and very much enough for one whole year. And more minis too than we know what to do with at the moment. And then just other stuff was made for completing out the set piece. Oh right, we have not those yet. Okay, so I need to set up the mushrooms. We got some ice boxes we need to fill out. We got some things that we can follow up on in the meantime. So, you know, our winters aren't particularly long. And it's a good thing because spring is where we're going to do a lot of our boss fighting. So, I also plan on, you know, fighting Toadstool a lot. At some point, we'll get around to fighting Misery Toadstool, but I'm not too in a rush about that because I prefer to earn my items. Speaking of which, let's talk about the Rift stuff. Sorry, let's try. I was looking at the bright shades and their mechanics. I was also following up on Loch Ness Monster's videos. So I do have a plan to try out, like I said, in time. We'll work on that, speaking of time. I need to set up effectively a Bright Shade Arena, because, like I said, I want to use stuff in this game. I also want to earn the stuff in this game. I actually don't like cutting out certain types of content. When I say certain types, I mean stuff that isn't overly busy work and stuff that isn't just purely a nuisance. Just I have the house rule for turning off, like, say, the sandy creatures when the benefit for fighting the sandy creatures comes from at least you get Nightmare Fuel from it, which is really good early game because you don't have anything like the Shadow Chest Piece farm set up. However, my grass is a little bit short. I'm wondering if I didn't leave a stack here. Oh, maybe we're slow dancing. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, you know, if something becomes really superfluous and becomes just grading, I have the personal house rule to just, you know, turn it off, or otherwise avert it, and try to form a way that will make interactions with it useful. Here's a good case in point. Another set piece I want to start up is, now that we have access to Woody's tree guard idols, is to set up a proper living forest biome / you know, living log farm. And I have a set piece set up for that too. It's not particularly brilliant at the moment, but it is certainly... it'll suffice. I think I'll put it right around here or something like that. Oh, speaking of which... the Bright Shade Arena. Yeah, I gotta look for a place for that too. Stuff like that. You know, I've been... oh, right, I didn't tell you the number yet. Because the number I'd listed down for all of this stuff on the projects... oh. What are you... what are you doing out? I guess it was a straggler? I don't know. Anyway. Right, so the number of things I've been working on these past few days, even though I wanted to stream, but at the same time I've started to learn not to push things too much and to make sure all of my T's were crossed and I's were dotted, that sort of thing, which I went to the trouble of making sure that most of my set piece ideas were at least the basics of them were planned out. Any like extra decorating and other stuff can be done either live or just at another time. More than likely another time. I prefer to have a plan. And I don't think I have too much... I don't have really enough time to be, you know, muddling about on stream, which it seems like I am right now, but believe me, I have things going on through my head, even at this moment. So I wanted to make sure all of that was, you know, cleared up. So we can try and enact it as much as possible. The play-by-play, if you will be more around... we have the idea, have the layout, like I have on my laptop next to me here. I have the screenshots I took of these layouts. I have a general idea. Any other specifics I have listed out on paper. You know, the squares, the dimensions, the placement of certain general things, and I have some more specifics on the pictures, etc. So any like acquisition or like farming materials and stuff like that will be, you know, as part of the game, of course. Well, interesting that guy just like ran around a little bit. You know, yeah, thinking 8 Houndia Studios will be fine. Nothing else to make this faster. Which is why I have the other 4 on the outskirts right here. Speaking of other plans, let's actually get the Hound Trap tiled up appropriately. Okay, let's get these mushroom ice boxes going. Go here, green, then red. So yeah, with all the planning in mind, the total number of tiles I have are in excess, set pieces I have are in excess of 40. That is including some of the things that we have here, some of the structures that we have. But some are not so individual, like our twig and grass farm. I always consider these one. I don't consider them separate. Yeah, there's a lot to do, which is really great. Ultimately, I will say, up till this point is where I generally stopped for purposes of planning like my Warley walkthrough. Some of the experiences we're going to have with the rifts and other stuff obviously will come from this as well, which is why I was even doing it first. Again. I was just testing things more freely. These are going to be more of some cooked dishes. This spot, I believe, I might make bacon and eggs, or we could put it up here potentially. I think it's supposed to go lobster dinner, lobster bisque. Actually, this is room for 5, yeah, so lobster dinner, lobster bisque. There was going to be fresh fruit crepes because of the silliness requiring butter as something that I could like try to convert over. I try to find a mod that, like I said, I want to do things, but I don't want to just give it to myself either via console command or just a real quick conversion or recipe. And I know some modders have this in mind where they have certain recipes, you know, like in the settings tab that can be, you know, exacerbated or some kind of more demanding of its resources to convert over. The only we're just lacking is some kind of station to do that. So yeah, it's really odd that we have this magical stuff, but we don't have a way to turn butter. Rather odd. You know, we're gonna finish the ice packs for the ice boxes for our farmers market down here. Make sure this is complete, even for the ones we don't particularly use too much. Oh yikes! We actually need some more signs. All right, let's take care of the ones we have so far. I'm hoping that rot was some seeds on the ground. There's one, so it looks like it most likely was. We also need to pick the dragon chests on these 4 corners and the ones in the center here. But these were going to be more complete, or rather incomplete, without the lampposts I have planned for them. Hence why we're going to be focusing on Toadstool more and more, and subsequently Celestial Champion. They're both integrated. So yeah, we have enough for 7. We could get started on that, and we definitely will. I actually need to go about finally and clear all of the skeletons and bones around both deserts. I'm pretty sure we're actually full in our ingredients chest. And there should definitely be room for some. Yeah, we even have some extras down here for some bone shards in the auxiliary chest zone. Need gold. We're also gonna need signs, but we'll get to that. Might as well take this with us. And we're gonna need some more signs. So yeah, after that small update, now return to our regularly scheduled gameplay. Laid back, chill, construction. I'm always willing to add conversation or comments. Also just help to remind me of what I want to talk on during the walkthrough. Right, I want the boards for the signs. For a second I was grabbing a stack of 10. I'm like, oh, I want to make the dragon chest pieces right now? Or dragon chests right now? Not particularly. Yeah, 10 should be more than enough for what we'll need. Especially right now. We'll obviously need more signs for more of the chests around the Hound Trap. Eventually. But like I said, I am trying to add some better ambient music, or more variety of ambient music to the playlist. Get a little bit more comfortable with what we select, but it just, I mean, I can just imagine something as calm as this while we're fighting a boss. I mean, I guess it could happen. I guess it's not totally far-fetched. It's just so obvious that some tones lend themselves better to certain things that are happening on screen. The things that aren't. A big offender of this is actually Destiny. You got epic things happening, and the music is either absent or oddly the reverse. It's very calming. And then likewise, vice versa. You have something intense music, which is really great on its own, but then it's just people talking. And what they're talking about, I should add, isn't particularly, you know, it doesn't lend itself. You know, maybe in the future, if I do get a soundboard, I'd like to try some certain, like, boss music for certain, well, bosses that we have here in DST. Or during those moments, I should say. No, like, grab the sign, please. Thank you. Hopefully we can make it. There we go. If you're lucky enough, fortunate enough, you can make those. You can make the pixel you need, but after a little bit, it just ends up being off. I don't know what causes it, because if you've ever had the mod for the placement, the geometric placement, I have the filter down. You just see, like, when I play something, you just see the square. I just make it as simple as possible, and it's pretty obvious. But if you saw the grid, yeah, there's plenty of, like, little X's and crosses and intersections. And each time I move, it's snapping to one of those intersections. So I'm not sure what entirely causes it, but sometimes the placement is just... The only way I can say it is off. Like, you can't ever land on a certain, you know, interval. Which is why I try to line it up first when I place down, like, a chest or like one of the ice chests, to just have the sign in the inventory, so you can just place it down right on it. Because the whole point of placing them on top of the sign like we do is so that you don't have to worry about any overlapping issues with speed and reach, of course, having a correlation in the game. So you can always see the sign from any position of the camera, but you'll always won't have to worry about select, because the sign is a separate thing to select. Something I found very, very frustrating when learning to finally label things on console. That I learned that if you placed the item you want to, you know, the sign to go on. So this is why I go to the trouble of switching to off the walking cane. And then I just immediately go to the sign and then place it there. Oh, he cuts down. Also, yes, another thing that's going to be integral to both the aesthetic design and functional design of the set pieces I have planned out are going to start involving the Architect Pack, which I'm really glad for too, because again, the Architect Pack is really great for revitalizing certain items and whatnot, or resources, etc. Leftmost one. Switch off the walking cane. And so yeah, now that we've beaten Celestial Champion and Toadstool even more than once, we are now officially entering late game. End game, when we'll be well, after we fought everybody once, all available bosses, and I'm going to include, it's now extended because it's a live service game. Oh, hold on. Before we set these, we need to make signs. Yeah, endgame is when you pretty much touched all of the content, and since it's a live service game with stuff coming out all the time, or year round I should say, not all the time. Yeah, you get it. You've entered, so the beauty of it is you extend that end game or late game to end game with each release if you want to. I personally don't like to engage with all of the content immediately. I prefer to have let more and more come out, because how Clay does it, no doubt due to many behind the scenes constraints, that things are not just mass release like you would typically see of like DLC of other games, etc. I don't begrudge them of this at all, but because of that pacing, yeah. you know, when Dreadstone came out, or when Werepay came out and the Dreadstone that he dropped, people found like, hey, it's a cool concept, but it's only for this armor, and it's completely outclassed by the Knight armor and the Dark armor and stuff like that. So, like, obviously, it's going to be useful in the future, so we'll wait and see. And it's slowly getting some expanse of use, perhaps. Or certainly suggesting of it. In other words, this is like one giant piece of a larger puzzle. In other words, they piecemeal the whole journey of what constitutes a DLC release. And like I said, one of the best, still on its own, like content-wise, just not like character reworks or anything like that. Even skill trees, with all due respect, I would say. But content-wise, I think the best full release that we'd seen was the Celestial Champion arc, but notice I said that arc. We didn't get the whole thing all at once. First they introduced things gradually with the Grotto, and then eventually the Archives, and then the Lunar Isle in between there, not in any particular order, because I wasn't around for that. I came right before Celestial Champion was being released. All you could do when I started playing this game was, if you finished Pearl side quest, you could finally get a Pearl, and you could start getting Crab King, and it would give you a Celestial Altar. But all the characters would say is that obviously there's something more here, and then it would sit like that. You know? Alright, I'm looking for potatoes and fluffy seeds. I believe they're... No, those are the pumpkins. We're gonna need those too. I might as well bring these. I need some more boards already. No, not axes. Oh, I need to find a spot for you guys too now. Seeds. Let's get these out of the way. Something else I need to look into is Heaps of Foods, the mod that actually Architect packs. It just goes well with it as an addition. See what that could be about. I know there's definitely a mod just strictly allowing for coffee from, I believe it's Shipwrecked, to be used. I'm not too keen. I mean, I don't mind the idea, but I'm not too keen on introducing it just yet, because it really feels like something they would have introduced themselves, or will eventually, or some equivocal thing. Which is funny. It is funny. It's not lost on me. I'm aware on what I myself am willing to allow myself to go on in a game, and what I just haven't picked up on. Also, I will note that I probably would be more keen on the idea if it wasn't for the fact that some of these mods are not always upkept, and also the comment sections reporting crashes that are as early as like a month into it. And since this game is live service and they're constantly updating things, yeah. It really feels like eventually it's something that people will just add on in a more, as part of a more extensive thing later, so I wait for something like that. I'm not really want for speed in this game at the moment either, but we'll see as time goes on. Yeah, Frighting the Bright Shades is going to be rather interesting with controller detection. Actually, I'll put these over here. pre-build an ice chest so that we can remove it from our inventory. We can stay close to old age. It tends to rain the last few days of autumn. That's hopefully it'll be enough. I suppose there's nothing else we can go fight claws. Alright, good. Let's have pomegranates, and the farmer's market will be complete. Oh, sorry. There is one other feature. It's gonna be in the mush lights. Actually, I don't have to worry about it. The glow caps. You'll see them. This is gonna look great, especially in dusk and spring. Oh my gosh, the lighting in this game is really good. Really like the fact that dusk is longest in spring as well because of it. Also, in anticipation for the bright shades, we're going to need a good amount of dragon fruit seeds, the bulbous seeds. And there, primary setup, functionality of the farmer's market is done. Glad we got that sorted out. Next to do would obviously be the chests up here. Actually, I think we spotted one of the loot chests, or one of the loot chests, one of the loot stashes. Yep. Up here. Alright, let's go and try to block that one. We'll use the 20% pan flute, because we're only going to need it once for the cramp eye. Just put any residual stuff away. Do we have it prototyped? Should. We don't, but we should. Do we have the purple down here? No, you don't. You know what, yeah, I'm gonna make a drawer for each of these as well. A drawer, a chest, you get it. We'll make one more. Always refine the gems, the blue and red gem we get from the no idea for his Crown Claw's no idea. Refine it into a purple gem, and then just prototype the next Ocular Vigil. Say should be fine on travel. Right, and I'm going to I need to set up the primary backtrack base point. I removed these. Okay. Anyway, this one's up here. Picking. Alright. I believe he's over here. Yeah, he's up here. Hello again, my stuff. Let's get these out of the way. We already have our posts set up. We just don't want Leviticus wandering over. These should go into you. These come back out for me. We actually don't need boards. So we already have our points set up. And we just beat 0 on ourselves. Alright, please. I don't know, I guess if they're too close to each other, they have a tendency to be targeted first sometimes. I don't know, it's weird. Just in case, because I don't trust this game. Get you guys in position. There we go. If you could hold that thought for a moment, please. While I get ready. In the middle of your boss fight. See, the lure plant is highlighted, but the attack should be on laws. Yeah, because it's behind it. Okay. I believe the priority is supposed to be on an attackable, you know, enemy. You just can't tell with this thing sometimes, because once bitten, twice shy and all. I guess it could just be like a really quick interaction or one. Obviously not if you're. Okay. Just gotta wait for that attack prompt to go up on the right side. It's right under the lure plans. Like I'm choosing this this angle on screen for a reason. It used to be before on console I would do it like diagonally. Where he's at. I was just wondering to myself, maybe it couldn't like expand some things as far as the ingredients are concerned. Sorry, Leviticus, but you're a quick way to get rid of these. Use the sketch to mark generally where it was at. Back in. Oops. Gotta take off the. No, you don't. I don't. It's like, I know I took the hammer with me. No, not the sign, please. we're gonna test this out. I want to just collect these, but just let this sit for now. Actually, yeah, let's pick these up. We're gonna put one Ocuvigil right here to block the spawner, and then we're gonna put these Ocuvigil here to see how that works out. Hopefully that should block it. Actually, don't need these anymore. And then we hit him. Now winter is just around the corner, but I do hope we get a Deer Club's eyeball from this. Okay, the bunnies seem to be doing alright. Alright, while we're at it, let's... take the next one. See what we got. Dragon scale, it's not so bad. But a thick fur and a spider queen hat, you can deconstruct that hat for some monster meat and some silk. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's not particularly... The thick fur is the real dead item. Chest. Let's switch some things out. Now this is up for deconstruction. The thick fur will obviously get deconstructed into like those useless tufts that make it up. And down it goes. I suppose, why not? Deconstruct it later. So they usually get 11 to 10, or even 12 charcoal. And this hammer will also shoot. Okay. I want to set it up for the next claws fight anyhow. Just leave him here. Expanding collection of Lategame amulets per usual. Okay, so yeah, the surrounding area is not going to be our. I mean, currently it's our de facto, you know, stone fruit farm. That's actually not what it's going to be. We also need to be planting some of these, more specifically the cones. Okay. Right, and I'm gonna start cleaning up this desert a bit. It's not gonna be enough right now. But let's try and fill in. So there, I believe. There we go. Could have been a little bit further, but that's fine. See, it's not lost on me also that purely coincidentally, the number of berry bushes we have here is 36. And for those who don't know, the mechanics for how the bright shades select crops for infection is 36. So effectively what we have here is a kind of like how the beefalo, the beefalo are herded together and sort of all goats to a maximum of 6. The beefalo can... I know they do have a number before they actually branch off and make another herd, but it's much larger than the bull goats. I think it's maybe, I don't know, let's say 20 to 30, but anyway, yeah. They branch off, and likewise, this is how the game selects what is eligible for the bright shades to target. If you haven't seen Loch Ness Monsters video, which I highly suggest you go see. But yeah, the number, the biggest, the number of, sorry, let me try that again. The highest number of effectively domesticated crops, you know, ones that you transplant, is 36 before it starts off on another one. Just found that interesting how it turned out to be for this design. But yeah, if I don't get that arena going, then these are prime targets. And I wouldn't be too opposed to fighting them now and then, but given how often they can spawn, like just, nah, it can't be asked to do that. Like I said, I don't mind earning it, and I don't mind fighting them. I do want to give it a try, and hopefully it's not as awful as all that, especially with, you know, console controller targeting. Although it's going to be, it's going to be something. We'll see when we get there. Uh-oh. Why are these spiders up? Okay, you know what? Fine. It looks like this has to happen. I didn't want it to be the case. It was working out for a good enough amount of time on occasion, but because if the bunnymen lose too much, I think I know what's happening. They end up losing to... Are you serious? Okay, you're just gonna... You should be going back to your friends. Oh, looks like I got a bunny pop, because I'm gonna need those. Now. Alright, I'm gonna need to take care of this. Well, the whole situation, of course, but I'm gonna need to get rid of the spider den right now. Really unfortunate to have to revisit this, but 8 should definitely do it for one tier 3 spider den. Okay. I'll just have to make the emendation into my notes for Warley's playthrough. They can't even make it over here. I'll do this a slow way, I guess. I have to imagine some of the bunnies managed to thin their numbers a little bit. But I know even now they're regenning. Or they'll just show up on the other side. You know what? We have the Thulecite crown. Actually, real quick, let's get rid of these spider glands. Save me the trouble of having to sift through all this other stuff anyway that I'm gonna throw out. It's the last 5 days, I believe. 2 days, even. Actually, I'm really surprised that night hasn't expanded as much as it has. I'm pretty sure, okay, learn that one. Hopefully this shouldn't be too loud, but I do know it's louder than it should be. We simply have too much rot. Wish I could get rid of whole stacks in the Pugilus den, but you cannot. Nope. Yikes, they're even breaking out to the other side of this wall too. Okay, well, we're gonna need more bunny puffs. Much more. Unfortunately, they count as a meat item. So the spiders were eating it probably. Any puffs that we got from any fallen bunnies. On the plus side, the silk farm is absolutely working. We just need to have stability all year round. These guys are. I don't mind fighting them because, like I said, I need money puffs. Why is it taking them so long? Fortunately, I think they both dropped me carrots. We have plenty of carrots from the giants that we made. Okay. I'm gonna have to sort this through a little bit cleaner. Oh wow, he's kind of stuck in here. I'm pretty sure they'll despawn eventually, so he'll get out. I don't know, I think once I had it where I accidentally like followed his path. Sometimes I found a gingerbread vargot. And sometimes I found the village, and after I found the village, he stopped showing up, so I wonder if I should just try that, but I don't know where it's gonna end up out here. Actually, I'll just have this on for protection. It is faster just to eat all of these and less noise. Oh, we actually have an excess of silk. Yeah, we need to make some stuff then. This is pretty barren. Actually, we just make these from our inventory. You know what we need plenty of is bug nets. And we still have plenty of twigs to use, so we'll go ahead and do that. Guess we'll just put these out here right now. Yeah, we got more than enough carrots to be making those 2 extra hutches. We just need the bunny tufts. Oh, come on. You can't tap around that? My gosh, dude. Pretty close to winter, but this will be less noisy. Actually, tomorrow is winter, isn't it? Yeah. Unfortunately, those were 2 big mates. Anyway, now that that's clean, I can switch back to controller. I can hit the pause button. There we go. Okay. Actually, I should be able to hit them through the gate, right? Oh, they're gonna kite around. Well, if they can make it. And now I have to fix that fence. Not a single bunny pop. Oh yeah, these two. I know you can use rot for, you know, fuel for fire, but really, I just... Like, even if we use them for some stuff for wormwood, we would still have too much. We just straight up have too much, period.